Hello and welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Douglas and this is the Highland Hikers. So today is actually Monday and it's Monday afternoon. I've taken a wee half day off work to take advantage of this quite fantastic weather we've got just now, and I've come south down to the Southern Uplands near Moffat to bag myself a Corbett and a couple of Donalds. So what I'm doing today is the Hart Fell Ridges Horseshoe. So we've got Hart Fell, which is the Corbett, and then we've got a couple of Donalds being Swattlefell and under Saddle Yoke. I do like the Donalds. They tend to have pretty interesting names. So in terms of the walk itself, we've got about 13 kilometers and just under 900 meters of ascent. And in fact, I think you can see the final part of the horseshoe behind me there. So I'll be heading around in a clockwise direction and then descending back down this way. Really looking forward to today's walk. It's actually been described as one of the finest walks in southern Scotland. Generally, you might think that the Southern Uplands tend to be sort of flattish rolling hills, but I hear there's quite a lot of cliffs and ridges and rocks and such like up here, hence the name Hart Fell Ridges Horseshoe. So I'm keen to get on with this and see what the walk is going to be like today. Well, I have completed the initial ascent, which I must say was pretty steep coming up from the car from the roadside, but once you get up here, it's looking pretty stunning now. You can see behind me out to the horseshoe, which I'm really looking forward to getting round to. Got the first Donald, I think, just behind me, and then we'll head round the horseshoe and pick up Hart Fell, which is the Corbett, and then finish with under Saddle Yoke, which is another Donald. But yeah, it's looking absolutely lovely behind me. What a glorious day. Really looking forward to get on with this ridge part of the walk now. Well, I'm currently on the summit plateau of the first Donald, which is Swattlefell, and I'm playing that traditional Donald game of find where the actual summit is. It's very flat up here. It's not really much to mark where it is. I think it might be off in that direction by the wall further down there. It looks a bit higher, so I'm going to head off down there and hopefully that's the summit. Well, I walked over to the other bit that could be the summit. When I got over there, it then looked like where I came from was the summit, so I've been to both of them, so I can consider Swattlefell in the bag now. Would be nice if it was a bit more obvious where some of these summits are, but there you go. On to the main objective for the day now, which is the Corbett of Hart Fell. Well, I have successfully made it to the summit of Hart Fell, which is a Corbett at a height of 808 metres and is marked by the trig pillar behind me. And a nice summit shelter as well, just in case it's a bad day. It's getting pretty windy up here just now. But yeah, it's been a decent walk so far. maybe not quite what I was expecting in terms of rocky ridges yet, so hopefully the second half of the walk will be a bit more exciting. The route description does seem to imply that as we head over towards Saddle Yoke, I think it gets a bit more sort of ridgy over there. So I'm going to have a quick bite to eat and then continue on round to that section with my fingers crossed that it'll be a bit more interesting. Well, I'm on my way around to under Saddle Yoke just now, and it's at this point that you do start to get a sense of the rockiness of this horseshoe. You can see back towards Swattlefell and Hart Fell over in that direction, and kind of steep cliffs that drop off. You don't really get a sense of that when you're actually walking round it on that side because you can't see them. But once you get around this side, it does look quite a bit more dramatic over on that side. So I have made it round to the third and final summit of the day, which is under Saddle Yoke, which, as I said earlier, bit of an interesting name. You can actually see behind me where we're about to head to is Saddle Yoke, which is actually smaller than under Saddle Yoke, so it kind of seems like they've got the names the wrong way around. But such is life. I'm here now, and this is a really nice viewpoint from here. You can see we've got a bit of a wee ridge walk from this point onwards, so I'm looking forward to that. And then you've got kind of stunning views out around the rest of the horseshoe. So this is certainly the more interesting point of the walk, and I'm glad to be around here. Looking forward to the descent over this wee ridge section, and then back down to the car and home in time for some dinner. So I'm just about finished the horseshoe now. I'm at the point where I'm about to do the final descent back down to the car, and I've got a wonderful view behind me, sort of taking in the whole of the horseshoe. It's looking really quite spectacular from down here. Been a lovely day out, really enjoyed it. Not seen a single other person the entire time out on this walk, which is quite a novelty. I suppose it is a Monday afternoon after all, so maybe that was to be expected. But yeah, a lovely day, certainly a bit different from the usual hills that you get in the Southern Uplands. So yeah, definitely one that I would recommend, the Hart Fell Ridges Horseshoe. Hopefully you enjoyed that as well, and I will see you on another hike.